Hey, everybody, it's Dave here. We are live at the 2 minute warning or close to it. I wanted to go up now while we still have a little bit of time left. And the kick is good. It's 28-24. The Vikings will need the final 2 minutes to score. This is going to make it interesting. Yes, it will. Going to be an interesting one. I need to generate a tweet real quick to say we're live. And we'll go from there. Anyways, what have you thought of this game so far? This seems like a heck of a mash unit type of game. We expected it to be a Jaren Hall debut, but he was knocked out early, as you all know, with a concussion. Literally, play on words, knocked out. He wasn't the only one. KJ Osborne took a massive hit across the middle, and he was not cold. He's out with a concussion. We've seen TJ Hawkinson go into the blue tent. He's got some ribs that are causing him a little bit of discomfort. And Akers, our running back, is also out with an ankle injury. I don't know if there's any more injuries that I can account for. This sure feels like it this game. We've gone back and forth. The Vikings finally took the lead in the fourth quarter just to give it up just now when the Falcons drove and scored a touchdown. The Vikings get the ball. They'll start from the 25. We have Joshua Dobbs, who, thank God, we traded for this week, because if we hadn't, we wouldn't have had a backup quarterback today. And he has a chance to cement himself into the legacy of the Minnesota Vikings if he can come from behind on this drive and the Vikings score, hopefully, and win the game. We're going to have to see. Right now he takes the first ball, hands it to Alexander Madison. Alexander Madison rumbles to the right for a whopping 2.5 yards. I was wondering if Alexander Madison, we are now officially at the 2 minute warning, if Alexander Madison, at least per my stream, Alexander Madison needed to be lathered up. We'll find out right after this roll-in. Welcome to Vikings First and Skulls, live at the 2 minute warning. Next. And we're back, and it's just me at the moment. Jonas from Germany will be joining a little bit later. Hopefully, Justin Day will be joining as well. He said he was 50-50, had some things to do. And hopefully we get Tyler, but the lovely and beautiful Eclair, his newest puppy dog, is having another seizure, so he's dealing with that. We'll see how that goes. Right now, I'm on Sunday Ticket, so I'm streaming a little bit behind anybody that's watching local. Hey there, David. Hey there, Andrew. Welcome to the show. And so I may be a little bit behind what you're seeing, depending on where you're at. I do know that parts of Minnesota were getting the Packers game. Yay! Why that was the case, I have no idea. I wouldn't want to get the Packers game myself. I'm a Vikings fan. I like to watch the Minnesota Vikings win, lose, or draw. Hopefully today it'll be a win, but we're going to have to find out in the final 2 minutes. That's why we call it live at the 2 minute warning, so we can watch together how this game's going to end. Hey, Jason, Skull, my brother, welcome to the show. I'll sit here and talk while I try to get this tweet out. Let's see. All I got to do is quick change Packers to Falcons, and let's go. Duncan, welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you. I love your avatar. Yes, I do. I got to take a breath here. Skull, Dustin, Skull. And hopefully the Vikings will pull this one out. It'll be something if they do. Like I said, today has been a mash unit effort across the board. absolutely across the board. This team has dealt with so many injuries today. I could not tell you that this would go this way. Cody, welcome to the show. Let's get a dub and stop running Madison. This entire running game has not been good whatsoever. It is bad when your leading rusher is your quarterback. You don't want that, but hey, in this game, if it works, I'm going to take it. And he scrambles around, throws it to Addison. He's about 2-3 yards shy of the first down. Clock is ticking. Come on, show some urgency, people. Get up to the line. I know you have timeouts left, but let's get this ball snapped off or spiked or something. Addison, there he goes. Dobbs drops back, throws it to TJ Hawkinson. He gets it. Gain of about 7 yards for a first down. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's keep that up. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Not that you want to hear me sing, but hopefully this sucker will keep going. Another deep ball to Addison, caught on the sideline, first down. Oh my gosh. What a throw. What a catch by Addison. Addison had the sky. He was at least 3 feet off the ground, gets hit in the back, but gets both feet down. Man, is that kid good. We got to love that. We're driving down some more. Let's see how it goes. We're lining up again. Clock was stopped because it went out of bounds. 1:12 left. Refs confused at the moment, blowing whistles, everybody coming in. A timeout was called for a booth review. All right, they're going to see if he had controlled possession because he did get both feet down. Looks like possession to me. Gets hit in the back, both feet are down, goes out of bounds, puts his hands down, knee went down, and that's a catch. That's a catch by my book. Jonathan, there's no game plan for what happened. No, there isn't. You've got one of those emergency plans, the DOD, that says, hey, everybody gets hurt, you call in the medics. Well, they've called in the medics today. That's all they can do. Fig nuts, Addison, steal draft. You can't really call a first draft, first pick in the draft for yourself, your first rounder is steal, but by golly, he is good. He is a lot better than I thought he would be. And that's fantastic. And I worried about his size, but it doesn't look like his size is an impediment to him. He's taking it with attitude and, absolutely saying, hey, I don't care how small I am. I'm still better than 95% of you in the league. And he's proven it week to week. You got to love that. And he's come out of his shell since JJ has been on the shelf on IR with his hammy injury. So hopefully when JJ gets back, the passing game will even be all the more dynamic, because if they start doubling JA will be wide open. And we're waiting to see. Stop the clock. We've got 1:12 left. 1st and 10 on the Atlanta's 37. Snap back. Dobbs drops back. Throws it up. TJ Hawkinson. He dropped it. Damn it. Looked like he caught it and got out of bounds. Oh, well. Brian, yes, we do need to sign JJ. Long-term extension, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Damn it. He almost had that. Did it get knocked out? Yeah, it got punched out. Good defensive play by Grant. But, hey, happens. And Fig Nuts, they may have picked him because of his grit. They may have seen something that a lot of people did not see during the spring when we were looking at everybody. Dobbs is back, shuffling around, has plenty of time now. He's getting pressure. He's scrambling to the left. He's taking off running. He gained about 4 yards and ran out of bounds. It is nice to have a quarterback that can do that. Now, I worry about Dobbs' ball security a little bit, and that's going to be a teaching point this week, but we're going to find out. We're now 3rd and 7 with 56 seconds left in the game. We've got to get a first down. We got to score a touchdown, folks. We're 4 points behind. We can't kick a field goal. It won't count for nothing. We need to score 6. Let's see what happens. And play clock's winding down. 5, 4, snaps back. Dobbs rolls to his right. Plenty of time. Throws it up way over Powell's hands, and Powell looked like he was grabbing his hammy. That would figure if that's the case. Yeah, and Danielle Hunter, too, Fignets. I agree with you. Sign him as well for long term, because he's even played well today. He's played well all season. What am I talking about? Danielle Hunter is doing great. Dobbs with space run under 1 minute to go. Hey, if he's got the space, do it. We got 34 yards to the end zone. If he can make it, do it. Dobbs dropping back again, scrambling, under pressure, steps out of 1 sack. He's running to the right. He's got a first down. He keeps on his feet, going to the 15. And he's out about the 12-yard line, out of bounds with 39 seconds left. We got 39 seconds to get 12 yards. Fig Nuts, you called it, buddy. You called it. Santos Jimenez, hey, bro. Annoying to see the Vikings play. Hey, not for us. It's annoying how, they're playing. It's not exactly great, but they're getting things done, and that's what we need to happen. Get things done and win the game. You get disappointed. We all do, brother. We all do. Lynette, welcome to the show, and let's go. Absolutely, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hopefully some of my compadres are going to be coming on tonight. Dobbs drops back. He's looking, throws a short one, incomplete. We have 34 seconds left, but no time ran off the clock. Okay, 2nd and 10 from the 12. As soon as Cousins started doing something, boom, hurt. Well, you got a point there. Then Hall gets hurt. Yep, boom. And then, boom, more concussions with KJ. Brian's pointing out an ugly win is a win, and we want that W. Yes, we do. We want that W. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10, 34 seconds to go from the 12-yard line. Got to get in the end zone. Ball is snapped. Dobbs drops back. Dobbs throws over the middle to TJ. TJ's on his feet. TJ gets down to about the 7.5 or 6.5 yard line. Let's go from here. Let's go from here. Skull to the TD. James, you are absolutely correct. We need to get this. We need the game to come out with a W and go above 500. That would be fantastic. And they just showed the replay of Hall's concussion. He got hit in the head, and there was, of course, no flag on that play. Go figure. Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you. I'm trying. Did I see how bad Akers' injury was? No, I missed Akers' injury. He supposedly sprained his ankle, but I didn't see where. So we'll find out. KJ's got lit up, yes, by his throw from Dobbs. Dobbs is going to get his receivers killed. It's the way he's throwing at the moment, but as long as we win, I'm going to take it. Touchdown, Powell. Vikings score, 20 seconds left. The Vikings, Dobbs just threw a jump ball to Powell. He caught it, brought it down in the end zone. 7 points. The Vikings are now ahead 30-28. All they got to do is kick the extra point to make it at least 3. Santos, yes, we got some skulls. Yes. You're kissing. Santos, yes. Oh, my God, this is great. Wow, that was fantastic. Wow. And you see the coach with the fist bump. This is going to be great. Lord, please. This will be one of the great wins for the Viking. Lovely Miss Mary. It's going to be something. That is for sure. It is going to be something. It's going to be a heck of a game. Joseph kicks up and through the middle. He did not miss one today. How about that? Pretty good. The Vikings now lead 31-28 with 22 seconds left. I got to take a drink. All this talking is drying out my mouth. So I am going not with the soda, but with the potatoes, the citrus, and the quinine. What am I drinking? Yes, it was an excellent call by KOC. I'm kidding, you meant Lynette. Hey, that's all right. Fignets, you were right. Excellent call. Todd, yes, gritty team on a crazy day. That's a good, that'd make a great title for this episode. James, LOL, with QB joining in the middle of the week. Not too shabby, yes. Mary's proud of the team. Fignuts, this reminds me of a Jerry Burns victory. You could call it that. That'd be effing great. Brian Ports, scared Falcons have a great kick it. I know you mean kicker. And James, you are correct. I'm drinking a vodka and tonic, and a rather large one to be, as a matter of fact. I find them refreshing when I'm not drinking my whiskeys. Peter Arsenault, we're going to win. Yes, baby, we're going to win. 22 seconds left. Roger Dartez, welcome to the show. I think I know who you are. Dobbs may not be a top-notch passer, but he's a baller for sure. And yeah, and the way he breaks out and runs, I'll take that any day of the week. Mike, rocket surgery. That's right. Hey, he's a smart cat. If he can do rocket science and a little football surgery at quarterback, I'm all for it. Jonathan, Jaren Hall of Valhalla will be back next week. He probably should, buddy. He probably should. I would think so. All right. First play. Falcons get 10 yards for the first down. They're driving. We're now 15 seconds left in the game. Fignuts, that grumpy son of a gun, was scowled all the way to the playoffs. Hey, if we get all the way to the playoffs, I'm there for it. Duncan, win, baby, win. Yes. That's all you got to do in this game. Rack up those W's. Rack up those W's and feel good. This is why this game is so exciting. This is why this game you love to share with people. You love to share with your family and your friends and everybody else. Nothing wrong with a G&T. Yes, I agree, Todd. Nothing wrong. Gin and tonics. I had my first good gin that I liked just a few weeks ago when I was down at Still Austin. I normally don't like it, but I like theirs. I believe in this season with Joshua. Good for you, Sebastian. You should. And the next play is an incomplete. We have 10 seconds left. Hodges was throwing up his arms. Oh, well, quit crying. Duncan, if we got a turnover now, that would be sweet. But that would be real sweet. Quiet Storm Weeze, another one. Yes, brother. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Mary, believe. Yes, Mary, you've been around this team longer than any of us, and all you got to do is believe. All right, ball's getting ready to be snapped. Heineke drops back. We got 3-man pass rush. Throw out to the flat. Quickly gets out of bounds after 5 yards. It is 1st and 10 with 5 seconds left in the game. Yes, James. Bynum closing out another one would be a great way to finish this. Absolutely. Absolutely it would. But we'll see. Look at that smile on Josh Dobbs' face on the sideline. Yes, Fignuts. Dobbs brings another dimension. One that we sort of hope Hall would have, that ability to run. So that's, and I think KOC wants that in a quarterback. They are on it's about the 40, their own 40. Heineken throws deep. This is the Hail Mary. Goes up, knocked down. Time's run out. Your Vikings win. Vikings win. Vikings win. The game is final. Your Minnesota Vikings come out victorious in Atlanta like Sherman, 31-28. Yep, Brian, Hail Mary play did not work. Quiet Storm, yes, sir. James, thanks. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Mary's screaming win. I'm sure her neighbors are all excited and know the game is on. All right, another win, a W, baby. W's always work. Hurry up the clock. Yes, yes, yes. Skull, skull, skull. We got us another win, and that is a great thing. And now it's time to go over what happened. Your Vikings did win today. They did win. Very much so. I'm going to switch screens real quick, or just switch to a different screen over here so I can look at some of the numbers. Skull, baby, skull. And I do appreciate everybody joining me today. This is fantastic. Like I said, I'm waiting on Jonas from Germany, but he didn't want the game spoiled, so he should be here any second. We have Justin was a 50-50 whether he'd show or not. Hopefully he does show. And then Tyler was dealing with his dog who just had another unfortunate seizure. Brian Skoll to the win. Dubsky, yes, Quiet Storm. We got the W. Absolutely gotta love that. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I want to look real quick, see where is this game over. It is final. The Chicago Bears almost defeated the New Orleans Saints, but they lost 24-17. We have the Saints next on the schedule, and it should be a good one. Heineken wanted one bad. Yes, I bet he did. Woohoo, Doc. Yes, we got the win. Hey, Clifford, what a game. Who would have thunk that? It was so many people getting hurt, but yes, we pull out the win. That shows guts, people. That shows fortitude. That is absolutely great, Chuck. What about that? We win. Now, but the Bears lost again, and I was hoping they'd win because I wanted to give the host of the Dome Patrol, who I'm going to be talking with this week, a whole lot of grief, but they did pull it out. So next up on our schedule is the Saints next weekend. Now, zipping over, let's see about the other team in the North. Why am I not seeing them yet? The other team in the North. Green Bay Packers defeat LA 20-30. Well, that's not too bad. Let them get wins, just as long as they're not against us. Let them get wins. Let them get encouraged to keep Jordan Love as their quarterback. And I'm going to bring in right now my friend Jonas from Germany, now that he doesn't have to worry about getting spoiled since the Vikings won. Justin, how are you doing, my friend? Or Justin Jonas, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, I guess we have now every name involved because you just changed it. Yeah. That wasn't on my bingo card, to be honest. And I can say that about almost everything that happened today. It was an insane game. It was damn. Like between all this absolutely shitty stuff, especially with the injuries, starting with Jaren Hall going out after the second drive, which looked really good, and then KJ Osborne a little bit later with that hit that definitely should have been an ejection. There's no question about that, in my opinion. And yeah, I would say this was probably the best coaching job by Kevin O'Connell so far since he got here. Because if you look at what the Vikings have on offense right now, they are down the number 1 and the number 3 receiver. They are down the first 3 quarterbacks. They didn't have their star left tackle in the game. The second left tackle is injured since week 2. It's damn it. They missed so many guys, and then you have guys like Tristan Jackson in there, and obviously Joshua Dobbs, who came here on Tuesday. It's remarkable that they were even in this game, and the Falcons don't have a bad defense. That's the cherry on top. Defense. They actually have a pretty good defense, at least against the run. Not that much in the passing game, but if you have your third and fourth quarterback playing, it's like you don't expect them to beat your pass defense. It's been a wild game, a wild ride, and the Vikings somehow won this game.
I know. And isn't it wonderful? Now we're going to get the injury report come tomorrow or after the press conference when Kevin O'Connell starts to go out. Hall was out. This was out. That was out. Akers was out. KJ was out. TJ's got rib injury. This, that, and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be interesting. My buddy from 2O Bloggers, the other blogger, Darren Campbell, he didn't get to watch the second half because he was at the airport trying to pick up his wife. And did he miss anything? Darren, hate to break it to you, buddy, but you're going to have to watch. It's going to be fun. And now I want to bring in the one, the only, Mr. Tyler Fornes. How you doing, buddy? How is Eclair doing, first off?
She's okay. We don't really know how severe this seizures are, and obviously when it comes to like humans and seizures, they can be a little bit of nothing, they can be a lot of something, and they can be anywhere in between. She's been on this medication about a month, and we go to the vet tomorrow or on Tuesday, and we're going to get her levels checked to make sure everything's okay and kind of see where we're at. But yeah, she's okay, but I didn't want to go up in the office. I want to keep my eye on her. And let me tell you, what a fun, weird, ugly football game. And I think I don't have much time because I have a lot to do. But this team with Kevin O'Connell, I think we need to talk about Kevin O'Connell's coach of the year. The way he has built this culture and kept this team fighting. The Vikings shouldn't have even been close in this football game. They should have gotten boat raced. They lost their starting quarterback last week. They lost their starting quarterback this week after 2 drives. And they had to play a guy who, yes, he's a rocket scientist and he's done this before, going in on short notice and learning a playbook and playing well. They got him 5 days ago. And he had a Sam Bradford-esque performance and led the Vikings on a game-winning drive with 2 minutes left. And this was incredibly fun football. It was great. It was ugly. But despite the injuries to Jaren Hall, Cam Akers, KJ Osborne, they never gave up. They never put their head down. They never wavered 1 second. This team always believed that they were going to win this football game. And they kept fighting and scratching and clawing and doing the right things. And all of a sudden, Josh Dobbs on that 4th and 7 escapes a broken pocket, and he runs for the first down, gets about 20 yards, and then finds Brandon Powell on that whip route that we saw Julian Edelman get in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. That's a classic route to run right at the goal line. And we should be really, really, really happy with this football team. Yes, we can talk about tanking. We can talk about how getting a higher draft pick may be better for this team long term. Winning football games is what these guys are paid to do, and they were great. Now, I'm talking in a general sense. I'm not pointing anybody out specifically, but what a performance! And we're gonna have a lot more tomorrow on the Real Forno Show. I'm sorry if I sound a little not as great. I did not want to go up into my office while Eclair was still kind of getting her wits about her, because seizures can kind of put you in a loopy, almost drunk state for a while. But what a game. What a game. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming off of this. And I'm really, really excited to kind of parse it all out. And I also want to point out, he's not a Viking, but CJ Stroud had himself a phenomenal game. 470 plus passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Just an absolute masterclass for the Houston Texans against the Bucs. And the Bucs are trying it. They just failed the hook and ladder. Man, we got some great football in this window today, and the Vikings game shouldn't have been one of them, but it was. And Vikings are 5-4, and they have a real chance to make a run in a weak NFC for a playoff spot. And this game was pivotal because this was going to be a team where you were going to fight for one of those playoff spots for. Now you have the tiebreaker, and if you finish with the same record, you will win the tiebreaker. They got to figure out if Hall's going to play on Sunday against the Saints. And I'm so disappointed for Hall, for myself, because he looked really good initially. Will they give him another chance to come in and be that starting quarterback. I hope so. But the concussion looked bad. But concussions are weird. Bad ones can be nothing. Ones that look like absolutely nothing can be awful. It's a very weird injury, and we'll see how he progresses throughout the week. And hopefully, for his health's sake, he's okay. For football's sake, I hope he's back next week as well. Sorry I can't stay longer, guys, but it's been a hell of a day, and I have a lot to do. Tomorrow night, Real Forno Show. We'll have a lot more.
And we look forward to it.
Good to see you, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Yep, see ya. And Jonas, what are you going to be doing this week in Germany? You're coming up on, you'll get some sleep tonight, go to work tomorrow, and then you're going to be talking smack amongst your friends?
Maybe on Tuesday when we have practice on our team, because in my university where I'm going tomorrow, we don't have that many football fans, so there are not many people I can talk to, at least not many people who would understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to save that. It's what a wild ride. I still can't process it. It's the other thing I really want to talk about is this defense once again, and we shouldn't let ourselves. We shouldn't be fooled by those 28 points given up, and we shouldn't be fooled by that one touchdown drive that had like 11 straight runs. They played really well today.
Mm-hmm.
They had a big fumble against Bijan Robinson, that interception by Byron Murphy. They should have had like at least 2 or 3 picks. There were so many throws where Heineke just threw it up there, and there was almost Viking in range. It was like always that one step that was missing, and it had to be punished at some point. And yeah, the Vikings defense is really doing a very good job this season. And the Vikings offense, obviously, when you have a guy coming in who was with the team for 5 days, you're going to have a rocky start, especially considering that he probably didn't have any reps with the first team, because they had to get Jaren Hall ready. But the defense kept them
Tuesday night, so it had Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah. So the defense kept them in the game while the offense was figuring out what they were doing. And yeah, it's really good to have a halfway reliable defense again. Like this still isn't a top defense, but with that kind of personnel, with that kind of roster, nobody should have expected that. But Brian Flores is really doing
defense anymore.
Yeah.
We're 15 to 10 range, depending on which metrics you're looking at.
Yeah, Brian Flores really did a hell of a job with this unit.
And there's not much talent difference, right? We got rid of a few old guys, but we haven't upgraded talent dramatically over on that side.
Yeah.
It's just the difference is the coaching. Now, Daniil did not get a sack today. However, I thought he was close. He did have a tackle for a loss. Jordan Hicks was credited with a sack, the only sack of the day, and he had 2 tackles for loss as well. Josh Metellus had 1. Brian Murphy had 1. And Jaquelin Roy, and I love that play that I saw him on, had a tackle for loss as well. There was a total of 67 tackles, 43 of which solo. Jordan Hicks led the crowd with 11 total tackles. Good for him. And a QB hit. That was awesome. He had a good game.
It's actually quite funny with Jaquelin Roy, who hasn't played a lot, and in most of the games when he has been active, he had like 5 or 6 snaps, and every time he has been active, there was like that one play where 93 flashed in the backfield, and everybody was like, "Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Jaquelin Roy. Hey, nice play, rookie." And like again, he had that kind of play again today, and I would like to see him in a bigger role, because it's not like this defensive line has been dominant at all this year. And I would like to see him do more on the field.
I concur. Now, one of the downfalls of today that we overcame is we had 3 fumbles. 3. That's bad. Besides all the injuries, Josh Dobbs had 3 himself, lost 2. We had 1 interception by Byron Murphy, had that, which is a good thing. When it comes to offensive stats for the day, you had Josh Dobbs was 20 for 30 for 158 yards, 5.3 yard averages with 2 touchdowns. Jaren Hall was 5 for 6 for 78 with a 13-yard average before he was knocked out, literally, of the game. Cam Akers had the 1 throw on the trick play that did not work. We had rushing Josh Dobbs, 7 runs for 66 yards and a 9.4 average. We have Alexander Madison comes in second with 16 rushes for 44 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Not good. Cam Akers, third, 8 carries, 25 yards, 3.1 yards. The running game, other than Dobbs, was really no good. And Jaren Hall had 2 rushes for 11 and 5.5. When your quarterbacks are out rushing your running backs, you've got a problem that needs to be resolved. I don't know if it's going to, but it needs to be resolved. We still got the W, and that's all that matters.
Actually, on that, the Falcons have a really good run defense. They have, in pretty much all metrics, the best run defense in the league. And the Vikings aren't going to get a power rushing attack when we are talking about traditional halfback runs. That's not going to happen this year, especially with Cam Akers out. And it's like really unfortunate, but that once again looked like an Achilles. Like the fact that
it was reported as an ankle.
Yeah, like Kirk last week, and it was
true.
ruled out very quickly. And I think I saw a video where you could see that calf pop, and like, again, I'm not a doctor, but like last week that looked pretty obvious. And the fact, again, it's such a Vikings thing that the Vikings now probably have 2 guys tear their Achilles in back-to-back weeks. Like, what are the odds for this? But the Vikings, somehow this stuff keeps happening. And
one on grass, one on turf.
Also, one of the things I want to mention, there was a thing with Kirk's big comebacks when you had those pictures with his Gatorade, with the Gatorade, and there was such a picture of Josh Dobbs, because of course there was such a picture of Josh Dobbs.
Yep, could be. When it comes to receptions, TJ Hawkinson led the group with 7 for 69. Jordan Addison had 5 for 52. Alexander Madison had 2. This was Alexander Madison's best game for 49 yards. Johnny Munt had 1. He had a very good decisive one early. And then KJ Osborne had 2. Brandon Powell had 2. Cam Akers had 3. Tristan Jackson 1. And Josh Oliver 2. Powell's, though, was probably the most significant at the end because of the touchdown. Todd, I agree. Such a gut-out win today. Proud of this team. And there's no reason not to be proud of how the team played today. They were behind the power curve early, but they stuck it out. And they fought through it. You know, from whistle to whistle. They did a really, really, really good job doing that. And you should be proud of them. I am. They gutted it out. I didn't expect that. So it's a good thing. We'll find out, though.
And one thing I want to add. We've seen this offense obviously struggle in the passing game because that had to be expected. But guess who is eligible to come back next week?
Justin Jefferson. Now, the question is, will he? We don't know. They were speculating at the game before the game, will he or not? And a lot of people says, well, it depends if we win this week. Well, it still depends. I don't know. I would suspect so. Everything I'm heard, he's feeling great. He's feeling wonderful. We should get him back. We'll find out, however. I think Mullins is on the same timeline. So he could possibly come back, and we might need him, depending. With Akers going out, did you know that Akers was our emergency quarterback?
Yes, of course. Although as a backup, of course, but I don't think the Vikings are planning on him being the starting QB anytime soon. I think they want
Akers?
to have.
No,
of course. I'm talking about Nick Mullins.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think they right now are planning to have an offense that revolves around a mobile QB, and we saw that today. In the running game, it opens up a lot. I think in the second half, when Joshua Dobbs had several big runs, the running backs suddenly started to do better too, because now the Falcons had to respect the rushing threat by the QB. They had to know that the Vikings could have had designed QB runs, and at the end there were a few plays where it looked like an option where Joshua Dobbs could have taken off, and this opens up a lot. This is huge to the running game if you have that threat. And in the end, despite the running backs not breaking through a lot, the Vikings had 146 rushing yards against this rush defense. And yeah, I think the Vikings do want this element of mobility, and we saw what this could give this offense. And Joshua Dobbs is not a really good quarterback. He also doesn't know the playbook very well yet. And still, this offense was able to produce because they have a lot of weapons. They still have a pretty good offensive line despite the Darrisaw injury. And now they add this potential of a QB who can threaten your defense with his legs. And I think that's actually quite hard to defend against this Vikings offense.
I agree. It's going to be fun to see. Now, do you go on a podcast this week with your friends over in Germany?
Probably. We'll see how the timetables work out. I'll probably be on the preview for the next game. I don't think I will be on the review because the first half of the week my schedule is pretty packed with other stuff that I have to get done. But in the second half of the week, there is a chance I might be on that preview.
Norsefius, I agree with you. I hope this gives the team faith. I hope they feel chosen. I hope that this is that one little thing that boost them over the top. But we're going to find out. Tomorrow, we have the Real Forno Show at 6 o'clock live here on this channel, Vikings First and Skull. We look forward to seeing you there. We'll have 24 hours to digest this win, go over it, find out more about who's injured, more about who's not, who's coming back, what it all looks like. We'll have the grades by then, and it should be an interesting breakdown. And I encourage you all to come and watch it. But first off, I want to thank everybody that joined us tonight. You guys have been great. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be safe. Enjoy good food and beverage always. And we'll see you tomorrow. What do we say, Jonas?
Skull Vikings.
Skull Vikings. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And share this episode with your friends and even your enemies. We'd love it. Thanks for watching Vikings First and Skull. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network. and we appreciate each and every one of you. Skol.